Have you ever found yourself wondering, do I really need to join a group? Maybe you have been invited to one. It could be a church group, the men's or women's association, the choir, or the youth group. It could be a professional group at your workplace or a community group, for example, a gym membership. And one part of you is curious and excited, while another part hesitates. In this video, I don't want to convince you to join any group. I want us to simply reflect in a calm and honest way what groups are, what they aren't, and whether they matter. Let's begin with something important. Not everyone avoids groups for the same reason. Some people have simply had negative experiences that have left them with a bad taste. Or perhaps there were too many meetings with little meaning. Unfortunately, some groups measure their progress and seriousness with the number of meetings that they have. It could also be a conflict or unhealthy relationship with the leaders. And this happens when the leaders do not share the same vision with the members. Or there could be moments where you probably felt unheard or invisible. You're just a laid-back person who does not like to talk too much. And this one time where you want to contribute to a topic, you felt dismissed or you are not even considered. Others simply value independence. They enjoy walking their journey peacefully, quietly, alone, without disturbing anyone. And that's completely fine and okay. Not joining a group does not necessarily mean that one is uncommitted, lazy, or antisocial. Sometimes it simply means you're protecting your own peace. As much as that is true, groups have not been existing by coincidence or by accident. Human beings, since time immemorial, have been forming communities or groups for various reasons. One of them is to accelerate their growth. Assuming there is a business opportunity that is around and requires a huge amount of capital, it only makes sense if you come together and pool the resources. This way you can be able to achieve your dreams faster. The other aspect is about the support that a community or a group brings. You see, when we come together, we look out for each other, and this lightens the burden of everyone. There is also the aspect about accountability, especially when you want to stay consistent about a particular practice. Let's say you want to join a sports group. You see, there are days of practice, there's a diet that you're supposed to adhere to, and even assuming you want to join a musical band, there are also days that you need to sacrifice for you to go to practice. There is also foods that you need to avoid. This helps create the accountability and enables you to stay consistent with your values. And lastly, there is also the aspect about deepening our learning. If you want to take a course, for example, you might choose to take it alone or do it within a group setup. When you do it within a group setup, it deepens your learning because of the different perspectives that everyone brings on board. You're able to see how each other person understands the topic differently. So groups provide structure. They create a space where you can be able to be seen, encouraged, challenged, and even corrected, but with love. When groups are performing at their best, it's all about connection and the contribution, and not about the control. So maybe the question isn't, should I join a group or not? Maybe the better question is, what kind of environment will help me grow in this particular season of my life? There are seasons that require solitude, where reflection, healing, and personal rebuilding takes priority. And there are other seasons where being part of a community or a group is very important. This is the season where you need to be talking to people, having conversations, having that shared responsibility, and also having that level of accountability to help you grow. So neither season is wrong. All that requires of you is to have that personal discernment and not the pressure whether to join or not. If we look at it from a Christian or faith perspective, we often see a balance. Faith can be personal, yes, but rarely does growth happen in isolation. Even Jesus, who withdrew to pray alone, still formed a small team to walk with him. The early church did not grow only through teachings, but through small communities that lived together. So, in as much as personal faith matters, it is the community that refines it and makes it perfect. So, should you join a group? There is no universal answer. Joining a group should not come from guilt, fear, or pressure. It should come from clarity. Because the goal is not to be busy, the goal is to become whole. Sometimes that happens alone, sometimes that happens together. And now the wisdom is knowing the difference. If this reflection resonated with you, take a moment to think about the season that you're in. Not what others expect, but what you truly need. If you found this helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be wrestling with the same question. Thank you for watching.